Hello, hopeful hikers. Welcome back to another off-trail adventures. It's going to be an off-trail adventure for a while as I partially die. And thank you so much for noticing. No, you don't even know what I'm referring to, but I'm gonna try not to kill my camera here, or actually my phone, but we have proper lighting in this room now. It's not just stereotypical lighting, it's actual soft lighting that makes me so stinking happy. But that's not why we're here. Yeah, we're here for a totally different reason today. And first and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for all the support. I know that I'm a new channel. I know it's a lot to build up in such a short amount of time. And I know that a lot of people build up their channels really quickly and others don't. But as far as we've made it, I am so thankful. It had a giant jump last night and I'm just so blown away with that. And first and foremost, I should mention this first, thank you, Lord, for bringing all these amazing people into my life who are a fellowship together with me. As my voice dies, good golly, I'm sorry. That's gonna keep happening for a while, but we're gonna get there. As I get it all over my nose. Okay, ignore my mishaps. Those are gonna happen quite often, but I don't care. I'm still gonna show them. I'm not gonna cut them out and try to make it perfect, because things don't have to be perfect. They just need to be done. That is something that God's really been showing me time and time again. And this channel definitely reflects that in every way. And I'm okay with that. I'm thankful for it. Gosh, the main video that I have on this channel that really has taken off so far, and I know that God is still going to do so much more through it, is where I just turned my camera on at 3 in the morning, or maybe it was even 2 in the morning, not really sure. I honestly was so out of it, I don't remember now. But he turned my brain on, wide awake. I could not go to sleep. I was really worried about my situation with my jobs and what I was going to do, how I was going to even make it through life, and I'm still trying to have complete faith in that, which is always a challenge. But where there's a will, there's a way, and where God's will is, there's an abundant way. So I'm okay with that, and I'm excited to see what he does. But I was really stressing and fretting over the fact of my businesses were not growing. In fact, they had really been declining big time, and I was thinking, Lord, I know you're calling me away from my cosmetology business. This is something I've done and I've really invested my identity in for 5 years. What am I gonna do? And he just said, give it to me. Just give it to me. And when I say walk away, walk away. And he provided that door to open with one of those jobs so far. The other one, which I have actually been a part of since I started cosmetology right out of school, he said not yet with that one, but he will guide me with the right day. And today was actually the day that I handed in my key for the business that I truly have walked away from. And that was totally a God thing, that I had walked away when I did. If I didn't, there would have been so many strongholds and demonic ones at that. There already was that as a contributing factor already, and that was kind of one of the reasons why God was calling me away of that place. I love the person I worked with. I love the people that I had on my chair. I always will. But there was definitely some things that were really, really not okay there. And you shouldn't walk into a place, a building, alone and feel like demons are watching you. No matter how many times you've prayed over them, you've anointed yourself, you've anointed your workplace, no matter what, it was always there. And I had spoken the name of Jesus over it, and I had really prayed over it, and I just prayed that I would be a light while I was there. And I knew it was going to be a temporary job, which that's just kind of how it goes. but I still wanted to make an impact, and I wanted Jesus to really shine through my time there. And I don't know in what ways he has. I don't know if there is ever going to be a direct spiritual breakthrough there, but I can see that some bricks of the foundation of it are starting to crumble. And so that I am so thankful to God for. And it was nothing I did. It was just the fact that Jesus can do what he's going to do without, I don't know, he's Jesus. He can do what he's gonna do. whether you're a part of it or not, and it's your choice of, it's gonna bug me. There's an extra pin in there, hold on. I lost my train of thought. Oh, he's gonna do what he's gonna do whether you choose to have obedience with what he has called you to do or not. And that is really what this entire channel is about, actually, come to think of it. A bit of a backstory of how this channel even came to be. I was on a mountain hiking, doing what I was doing, and this was way before the idea of this even came. I didn't know anything of what I was going to do with it. That was all God, like through and through. But I was really stressing about what I was going to do with my life, and God spoke to me as I was hiking, and he had been leading me to the direction of going into YouTube, and I was like, God, this is something that is so silly. YouTube can't do much unless you're like really, really, really big, you get monetized. And during that time, I had actually already had 3 other YouTube channels. And no, that was after that time, sorry. Or no, before that time. My brain is so scatterbrained today. Bear with me. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, I was really worried about my jobs. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with my life. But I knew he was leading me towards YouTube, and like I had said, I already had started 3 other YouTube's channels. Goodness, YouTubes. One of which was one that was just kind of random, like it was just trying, it was me trying to figure out who I was again. I went through a really nasty divorce, went through a really crazy point of time where nothing was set in stone, and I had to like quite literally go back to my roots. And I didn't even know, after the entire divorce and after the entire marriage and everything, I didn't know who I was anymore at all. I didn't even know my favorite colors. I didn't even know my favorite foods anymore. Like nothing. I knew nothing. And so that was kind of a good outlet for me to kind of record little moments of like, oh, I really love eating meat, like beef specifically, and I love drinking matcha tea. I love the color blue, like sky blue. I love yellows, as you can tell. And like I figured out my favorite flowers. I didn't quite figure out my favorite styles personally at that time, but it eventually got there. And so that was kind of my way of keeping track. And then the next channel, it was about my dog that I had adopted and growing to get to know her, and learning how to coexist and the adventures we were going to have. And then the final one was, it was called Rocking Chair Redemption, which was where I was going to sit down and read people's testimonies and their stories. And I still would love to do that. It was just, I couldn't get a grip on what was actually needing to be done. And at the same time, I made some very minor mistakes via YouTube that I didn't know were mistakes that were against the rules completely. Like you couldn't use certain musics for copyright, or you couldn't mention your other, like your channels through like other people's videos and their comments. They would ban you from that. And I didn't know that for a while, and I was just like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like none of these comments stuck. And I was like, okay, well, oh well. I'll keep going. And I was smack dab in the middle of editing a video. And then I get an email saying YouTube has terminated this channel. And I was like, oh, great. Now everything is gone. Everything is gone. And so I was like, you know what, with the whole YouTube channel with my dog, I'm just gonna completely quit on that one. Like, I'm gonna delete everything. I'm gonna start fresh. And then God was like, just wait. Don't start fresh. Or yes, start fresh, but wait to start fresh. And so I kind of went through a waiting period with that. And I was like, okay, this is definitely a step of faith, a really big walk of faith, because I love doing this, but everything I really loved has been completely stripped. And I was like, having another identity crisis of like, what am I supposed to do? I have nothing now. I don't know who I'm supposed to be in your plan, God. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with my own life right now. And that was when the business stuff really started to slip, and I was just like, what do I do? And he revealed to me on this hike, as I keep going back to, that that I was definitely called to come back to YouTube. And that was confirmed. And I was like, okay, but I don't know what to do. I don't know anything of what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know who I am. Like, I'm still trying to figure that part out. Like, and he specifically goes, you're going to call it Hiker's Hope. And I kind of froze. And I was like, wait a minute. Why? And he goes, you love hiking. You love to honor me first and foremost with your everyday actions and the things you do, the things you consume, the things you wear, even though you have not gotten to that yet. And he goes, you're going to start it off by going through what it means to actually honor the Lord with what you wear. And you're going to do it by wearing linen and wool. And I was just like, whoa. That is like super specific but super crazy, because I don't have any linen or wool. Well, no, I have linen. I don't have wool. And I was like, why? Why? I will do it, but why? And he was just like, just wait. And at that time, I had set up the Amazon Associates program for one of my other YouTube channels, which I still have it going, but it's not really anything I'm interested in doing. It didn't feel right to do it, but I had it specifically for just that. And that felt like a total flop too. And I was like, what the heck? I already signed on to this. I thought it was going to be like a late night random energy spike idea. And God's like, no. I gave you that for a reason too. And he was just like, just wait. That was the thing. He kept saying, just wait, a lot. And I had to like sit on my hands and be like, I want to make some action happen, but I can't. I gotta listen to you, because you know what you're doing. And if I try to put my fingers in there and swirl it around, let's just say I'm gonna make the waters muddy, and that's not what you're instructing me to do. So I'm gonna try not to. And so I was looking into the all the materials and all the elements of it, which I'm still going to hopefully get into eventually, but we're not quite there yet again, because I still have more to learn. And so he led me to do that, do my research, look at clothing I really wanted to invest in, and he kept specifically leading me towards colors I was not normally going to go for. And he still is. Like, I have like a whole list of ones that I am so excited to do and to try and to show you guys, because they're very beautiful, and they could be a flop, they could be a success, but either way, it's a leap of faith. It's definitely a learning curve, and I'm really excited for it. But as I was saying, he's led me through different colors that I never would have gone for. And so far, they've all really worked out. This shirt, the green one that I think I did as my first, like, actual review, I thought I was going to hate. And it's my top favorite one out of all of them. Like, when I was looking back at the footage, and in certain lights, it would look like my eye color and the shirt are the exact same color. And I was like, whoa! our God is definitely like a girl dad, straight up. Like, I'm gonna put it that way. Because I never would have chosen it for myself, and he led me to that one specifically, and it was totally worth it. It's become like a staple item that I wear now, and I am not returning whatsoever, obviously. So yeah, that's kind of a rough idea of the testimony of what's been happening lately and how this channel even came to be. And I don't exactly know where it's going, but I know whichever direction it goes, it will be for God's glory, and it will be according to his purpose. And whatever he chooses, I know it's going to be good. So, yeah. Welcome to the family of hikers. Oh, and that was another thing. The name Hiker's Hope. Sorry. That one came to be actually very recently, within like the past 2 days. I was really thinking, and I was like, God, why Hiker's Hope? I'm not hiking right now. And I know I will eventually, but why? Like, this is kind of like misleading. It's misleading. Let's just put it that way. And he goes, no, it's not. No, it's not. I was like, what? How? I'm not hiking right now. That's like the whole point here. And he goes, no. Everybody is on their own journey of hiking through life and going through their highs and their lows. And at every single point, no matter what they believe, no matter where they come from with their background, no matter what religion they are looking at or trying to do with their lives, they're always looking for me. In every high and low, in every mountain and in every valley, they're always looking for me. And this channel is a little place where they can find hope. And I haven't actually voiced that out loud. And I really love that. It fits it perfectly. And above and all, like, stop stuttering. Above all else, I want this channel to glorify God. Even if that means I have no idea what I'm doing, I know that he knows what he's doing. And I know he's always there through the highs of this channel and through the lows. And I know he will do that through your life. And he will always be there through your life. And he's always there through mine. And that right there is like a huge testimony. Because this house, every item that I have in this home, it did not come from me. It came from him. And this channel came from him. These opportunities came from him. And I know I keep saying this, but it's true. I cannot wait to see what he does. Because I know it's going to be good. It already is good. He gave me all of you, and he gave us a foundation of fellowship together. And that was what I've been wanting this whole time. And I wasn't looking for it in this startup of this channel. I did not expect it whatsoever. So he knows the desire of your heart. He knows the desires of mine. And even if it means that they're the ones you're never going to admit to yourself about, he will bring them forward. Again, he did with me. This house I had never mentioned I ever desired. I didn't even tell a single soul about it until I came here and I viewed the house for the first time. And lo and behold, it was exactly what I always desired. And God was like, here you go. It's time for you to start your own adventure. It's time for you to be here. And many blessings are going to happen. And thank God I listened. I almost didn't. Almost every time that there's something really good that God's going to do, I almost don't listen to it. So that's going to be a point of reference for you. Listen. If you think that God's trying to lead you into a certain path, test that it's God. Ask him to show you little signs that it's actually him. And then when he shows you those signs, listen and obey. It's hard, but it is so worth it. And you have these beautiful adventures that other people are also walking on. And you can cross paths with them too. So, I'm jibber jabbering, but I am okay with that because I know that God was just like, hey, sit in front of camera, talk. And I used to have such a hard time with that, but he has taken over both times now, actually every time. And I don't know, it just happens. And I'm okay with that. It's, again, a leap of faith, but it's okay. It's a good one. So, cheers to a new year. Cheers to a new... Actually, why do we do cheers? I know it's a Viking thing. And maybe it's a medieval thing. I need to do research on that. I don't know why I was just now convicted about that. That's weird. Okay, God. I'm listening to that one. All right. Hikers, thank you for joining me on this adventure again. And I'll see you on the trails at the highs and lows and everything in between. Keep hiking for hope.